Hello, everyone. Breck Bolton here in the Fox 13 News studio in the Weather Center. Can never get used to these headphones and mic. But I guess this makes me look official. Oh, we're getting a lot more people chiming in watching this because I think there's some bigger interest in this next storm system. So yeah, that's what we're talking about right now is this next storm where we're already beginning to see some showers, at least southwestern Utah, up through Cache Valley as well. This is the first wave coming in from the southwest, a little bit warmer, as we're seeing rain mainly for the valley locations. Snow levels are right now about 7,000 feet, but they'll be dropping overnight. So that's what we're going to be talking about. So please, if there are any comments, questions, you want to know something specific about your area, Michael says, give us the good news. If you're saying that getting a lot of snow is good news, especially for our mountains, then this is going to be a good news stream. So yeah, no, this is finally, this is really the storm of the season. We have just been missing out on a lot of winter action. We've had this high pressure set up through the Intermountain region or just west of us, which has just been killing the storms or forcing the storms north of us, to the east of us. Sometimes they've gone to the south of us, but this one is going to do what we need it to do. Where, typically during a winter season we get these type of storms. Now, I need to emphasize we were going to be seeing both valley and mountain snow. Significant valley snow. No, but good snow where we desperately need it is where we're going to get it. That is the mountains. And my first comment for my kids is when I talk about a snowstorm, is this going to be a snow day at school? Do I have to go to school? I don't think we got that situation yet, but no, that's not going to be the case. But we might have to do some shoveling, which is something very rare. I'm trying to think if I even had to shovel this year. I maybe had to do a little brief, just a dusting of the snow. So anyhow, all right, let's get to it because there's a lot of questions. So I got to answer. Lehigh from Jamie, Merlos, Layton, Candy, Harriman, Isaiah, Draper. Oh, we're really going to get specific here. So we'll talk about those places and any other locations you want to discuss. So let me switch over here. Just briefly talk about this. We had wind advisories in effect, wind warnings across western Utah. So with this storm, as we're going to keep the flow out of the southwest, we're going to have still some strong winds overnight and then through tomorrow. So this storm system in the first wave coming in from the southwest keeps those winds going, breezy conditions. My kids have another day off for President's Day, so they're going to go up skiing tomorrow. And I'm like, hey, it's going to be breezy out there. Now the winds with our second wave also kick up where we've got a cold front. This is the one as we transition from Tuesday night to Wednesday morning is the one that's really going to drive down snow levels to the valley floors. We're going to have a cold front move through, and that's going to bring the colder air. So the precipitation activity tonight through tomorrow is mainly rain for the valleys, mountain snow. Now we could definitely be looking at a rain snow mix for the benches, and we're going to get hit tonight with those showers where it hits across northern Utah, and then heading into mid-morning tomorrow, it's really kind of focused then across the mountains. This is the thing with this storm system is the mountains are going to see kind of a more of a persistent snowfall, which this is why we're excited about this, because this is where we're going to see this significant snow buildup. But just expect to see breezy conditions here for the next really 3 days. Now, winter alerts in effect. We're mainly looking at the mountains. We've got a couple of areas through central Utah that the valleys will see a little bit more snow accumulation, but really the bigger snow amounts will be across the mountains. So if we talk about the Wasatch Mountains, Bear River Range, western Uinta Mountains, down a little bit further south to Shars, we look over towards Bryan Head. So like to see this. We just haven't had many episodes where we've had these type of warnings in effect. Okay, here's what we want to get to. Now, I hesitate to show this because we rely on our computer models to give us projections. Oh, I haven't even looked at this one since about 6 o'clock, and there's an update here. I don't know if I even want to. Okay, let's be realistic here. We are talking feet of snow. For most locations, it's 1 to 2 feet of snow. Now, there are other areas that are projected to get upwards of 3 feet of snow, that being the western Uinta Mountains of the Cottonwood Canyons. I don't know where the model's going with Alta now. Uh, Earlier on, it was showing 40 plus inches. Oh, maybe I should have double checked this before I showed this. So let's just be realistic. I'm totally scaling back from Alta, not getting 64 inches, but to get 3 feet and maybe push that to 40 and maybe low 40s as far as inches are concerned. That is a possibility. Now, I say this not in tongue in cheek because there's a lot that goes into these computer models, a lot that it takes in consideration and the equations. Now, there have been times where it hasn't verified. There's been lots of times that it hasn't verified. I remember one storm, and this was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, where in Sundance it was showing like 45 inches. I'm like, where is that coming from? But the flow was just right that it actually did verify. So I'm not saying that that can't happen. I'm not saying that we've had moments where we've had close to 5 feet of snow from. Now remember, this is a multiple day storm, so it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. But let's just maybe go around the low 40s there for Alta. But boy, Park City, especially up at the summit, would be amazing to get that. Let's just keep a realistic 1 to 2 feet, and 3 feet in some areas. Maybe we could get into the 40-inch range here. But all in all, you can see why we are hyped up about this storm. Now, this is going to pose all kinds of problems for traveling through the canyons, potential shutdowns, to having to do avalanche mitigation, because avalanches are going to be a big concern because it's been such a tough snow season. That layer below will be weak. And so that's going to be a focus moving ahead. Now, as I show you towards some of the, I'll be right back. I'm just going to look at something here. I've got to move some of this and look at some additional projections. There we go. All right. I had to move the timeline a little bit later into Wednesday. So I wanted to show you kind of more on a range of what we're looking at snow-wise towards the central and southern mountains. So this is why we're saying this is a good storm for everybody. Now, let's get into the valleys. A lot of you are asking about, what about the valleys here? So through Wednesday, you can kind of see for many valley locations, we really are kind of focusing on a 2 to 4 inch range. Benches will get more, upwards of 3 to 7 inches, and maybe squeezing out a little bit more there. But here along the Wasatch Front, we're kind of keeping it to 2 to 4 inch range because we're going to see this flow out of the southwest and the westerly and slight northwesterly flow. There's enough moisture that what we call orographic lifting. That means as the air hits those mountains, it gets lifted, and then that produces the snowfall. So we need that component of that little bit of a lift from the mountains, and that's why the valleys are missing out a little bit from this. But again, taking part in it, I don't know if anyone's complaining. Now, if there are definitely going to be some areas that could get more, you see up in Brigham City more in a range of 2 to 5, maybe even 6 inches there. So that means, we're going to have to do some shoveling. And really, as we look at it, we're going to have, and I'm just showing this through Wednesday afternoon. This is just that first snow wave, which is going to be hitting tomorrow night through Wednesday morning, and then on and off snow through Wednesday. But we get hit with another shot going Thursday into Friday, which could produce another potential 2 to 4 inches. So the total, if we look for the week, you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 times you'll have to get the shovel out to clear off. So this first snow wave again tomorrow night through Wednesday, the wave that hits tonight, like I said, will be mainly rain. It's just too warm. The lows overnight get down to the low 40s. So here along the Wasatch Front, so it's just too warm that we don't see the snow. We got to get that cold air, and that's what we get tomorrow night through Wednesday morning. So Evanston asks, how much will you get there? You're higher up in elevation. You're definitely colder. So for you, your first wave is more on a range to 2 to 4 inches, maybe even close to 5 inches. And the second wave, I think you could potentially get closer to 3 to 6 inches. So again, that's that kind of Thursday night through Friday. So, over the whole week, you could be looking at 5 to 10 inches there. So much needed moisture. I mean, this is just something we've been looking at. So let me see if I'm answering any questions. Elizabeth says, Bright, expect to get 42 inches. Yes. Whoa. She says expecting 40 Tuesday, Wednesday, then another 19 Wednesday, Thursday, and then 18 inches on Sunday. Oh, that's quite a, if that verified, that would be one for the record books for over a week. So let's just kind of keep it at 1 to 3 feet of snow, and then if we get more, it's just also good. But I need to say this as we go through Thursday and Friday. We've got another storm next week that's lining up kind of as we get hit with a little storm on Sunday to Monday, and then another on Wednesday to Thursday. So we're really moving towards the storm cycle. So this is what we needed to serve up here, especially with our snowpack situation. Okay, I wanted to show this to you. This is looking at snow levels. So tonight we don't see this dropping towards the valleys. It gets close to the benches through the morning hours. Like I said, though, benches might see a rain snow mix, and then it kind of recedes just a little bit. But then tomorrow night, as we hit, especially past midnight, that's when we see those snow levels dropping towards the valley floors. So let's see what's going on right now. Looking at radar, as I said initially, that push coming from the southwest. So we're seeing that rain beginning to hit, kind of more of a light rain as you head from St. George. But you see a little yellow. That's what will be moving up over the next hour or so. So they're expecting to see those rain showers pick up just a bit. Box Elder County, we're seeing some action up through Cache Valley as well. You're seeing that blue that's looking over Logan Canyon, spilling over a little bit into Bear Lake, but I'm still seeing mainly rain showers at Bear Lake. But this is the storm system. This is just one that's got a couple waves coming through. It's got the moisture. So expect to see these showers and the winds continuing on overnight. And then as we look towards tomorrow, we're going to start off with wet conditions, still some rain showers in the valleys. I think a lot of the action will be up in the mountains. So I think canyon travel is definitely going to be an issue come tomorrow. And there's mainly damp roads here along the valley floor. So, all right, let's make sure am I getting into everyone's answers? Let's see. Very windy in Orem. Yes, the winds are going to continue on. Lake effect, if so, where will have the most impact? The Cottonwood Canyons for sure. There is a westerly component for a little bit, so that tends to favor up as we go in Weber, Davis, Morgan counties just for a bit. So lake effect for the valley locations, bench areas maybe just a bit. It is cold air, and definitely the lake is a little bit warmer than usual, so it doesn't take us quite as cold of temperatures, but we'll be getting those upper 30s, especially Wednesday morning. And that could squeeze out for the benches, maybe an additional 2 to 3 inches. So this isn't a huge lake effect event, but it's something that will kick in. And, I've grown up in Utah, and I remember the big lake effect events when the lake was bigger. So that always helped out to give it more time for that cold air to travel over the lake and really get that lift. So total snow predictions through Friday on the benches. Now, total snow predictions for you on the benches, definitely I'd be looking 5 to 10 inches for sure. North Lehigh, you're in a range between 2 to 4 inches. Definitely could be looking at 5 inches for you. Someone else asked about Lehigh. Definitely want mountain snow, but not valleys. Yeah, this is one where valleys get into the mix Wednesday morning, and because it's going to be cold all day Wednesday morning, we get hit again Thursday, Friday. We've allowed for the at the surface temperatures to be cold enough, so a quicker situation where that snow will stick, especially as we head into Thursday and Friday. So I know we'll have some issues Wednesday morning, but even more so Thursday, Friday, just because we've given that time for that cold air to be in place, and thus areas at the surface are going to be colder. So. Let me see. Did I answer on Ogden Clearfield here? Air Force Base, you're kind of in a 2 to 5 inch range there. Anything else I'm missing? I just want to make sure I'm not missing on anything. So timing recommendations to drive to St. George. Okay, so St. George, you've got the rain tonight. You start off with showers, then you get hit tomorrow afternoon into the evening. If I were to wait, I would probably say Thursday morning into the early afternoon is kind of a window I would be looking at. Timing to drive to St. George, that's what I would be looking at there. But you do have a window tomorrow. I would say late morning into mid-afternoon. If you want to, you're going to counter some areas, but it won't be as bad. But any traveling along I-15, especially through some of those higher elevation passes, are just going to be an issue here for the next 3 days. So just, you got to be prepared. I don't have a window where it's just going to be clear roads along the whole way. It's just going to be very difficult. Oh, I missed Price. Price, you're going to see snow. I'm going to put you at a 1 to a 3 inch range, so not as much. You know, it's we really have to have some big storms to get over the mountains and move through. You know, not drain it all before it gets past Spanish Fork Canyon over to you, but you'll get hit. Brigham City snow totals, I'm putting you more. I'm going to put you on a range over through Friday, anywhere between 4 upwards of 10 inches potentially. So Park City mountains, I'm going to put you 18 to 22 inches, but for actual Park City, I'm going to put you on a range between 5 to 10 inches. So, oh, let's see if I get everybody. I think I did. I appreciate everyone staying tuned to this. I just got to look at time here. 8:44. I got to go out and do the newscast. Sometimes I don't look at the camera because I'm looking at the comments. But let's see here. Let's hope UDOT plow start clearing streets before 4 to 6 inches first, and then say we can go out now. I know. I think they are ready for this one. They have been on the sidelines for far too long. So they're hopefully we've been talking to UDOT. They're ready for this, and they'll get on it quick. So anyhow, but I'm going to end the stream. I appreciate everyone's comments. We will continually update you. Of course, our newscast at 9 o'clock throughout the morning, between 5 and 10 a.m., 11 and noon, multiple times, opportunities to catch us on TV, on streaming, fox13now.com. And of course, we're going to do these live streams on Facebook, YouTube, updates each and every day. We'll probably have something kind of a mid-morning, and then I'll be doing this at night. And if warranted, we will cut in during the afternoons as well. So anyhow, appreciate your time, and you know, continually go to Utah's Weather Authority Facebook page. We'll be posting there, and if you have any comments or have any questions there, please feel free to drop us a comment. So anyhow, have a good evening.